I just said what's up, bro. I just said what's up, bro. I said what's up. That's it. I was being polite, my mother. Just straight up. Time you on, man. Yeah, I'm like that for real. I'm like that for real. I want you. Trying to lose your life tonight. Trying to lose your life tonight. You trying to lose your life tonight, right? I'm watching something like that. I bet. Keep it like that, man. Nah, you better leave me alone. Straight up, bro. I ain't the motherfucker, bro. I promise you. I promise you I ain't gonna be the first time. Yeah, this will be the last time. I promise you I ain't gonna be facts. I promise you. Oh! Hey, go outside! Where am I? Go outside! My back, get on the ground! Where am I? Go outside, man. Straight up, bro. I ain't the motherfucker, bro. I promise you I ain't the one. I promise you I ain't gonna be the first time. Yeah, this will be the last time. I promise you I ain't the motherfucker. Facts. I promise you. Oh! Hey, go outside! Where am I? Go outside!
This happened back in January. From that fateful night showing what happened and why.
And the new video comes just days after police announced the officer's actions were legally justified. So let me warn you here, the video you're about to see may be disturbing to some.
The newly released video shows Derek Manigault getting into an argument with someone in front of the store. Manigault goes inside where two plainclothes officers were conducting an alcohol compliance check. The man outside who argued with Manigault then also enters the store.
You trying to lose your life tonight. You trying to lose your life tonight. You trying to lose your life tonight, right?
The argument continues, and Manigault is heard saying to the man, quote, "Do you want to lose your life tonight?" Video then shows him pulling what appears to be a gun out of his waistband and waving it around. Now, the man on the right side of the screen in the gray t-shirt is one of the officers. After waving the gun around for a few seconds, Manigault goes to exit the store, gun still in hand. Video shows the officer in the gray t-shirt opening fire on Manigault, who proceeds to run from the store.
While running, the officer fires multiple rounds again. This is after the police department says Manigault raised his gun to fire at the officer beforehand. The department highlighted this still image during the incident. After the shooting, we're told officers began rendering life-saving measures, but Manigault ultimately died from his injuries. Police say they later learned Manigault's weapon was not even real, it was a replica. The department says any loss of life is of course tragic, but said, quote, "It was Mr. Manigault who put this sequence of events into motion," end quote. We're told there will be no charges filed against those officers.
The images come from the store security camera. Manigault's wife says she saw the entire video.
The gun was never raised. It was never raised.
The report said Manigault's hand moved up as he left the store. The undercover officer fired multiple shots at him.
The officer emptied his clip.
In this picture, you can see the officer standing in the doorway firing at Manigault. The report says another undercover officer in a car outside stepped out.
He was hunted. He's here.
Someone with a cell phone captured what happened next. The Diaz report does not say whether the officer gave any commands before the shooting. Manigault's wife says she didn't hear that in the video.
There were no verbal commands. There was nothing to comply with.
Now she's coming to grips knowing that the officers will not be charged.
Heartbreak all over.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back, another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and first and foremost, I do want to send condolences to the entire family and loved ones of Derek Manigault, as he was 43 years old when this happened back in January. And no matter what the outcome of this is or what happened or how they gonna play it out, they still lost somebody that they loved and cared about deeply. So most definitely prayers up to everybody that knew him and dealt with him on the day-to-day. And most definitely God bless his soul, and may he rest in peace. As seeing this right here yesterday on the timeline, I was like, wow, when I saw this full video right here. And I had a links in the description where you can watch the clip in the beginning in full from Channel 3 and Channel 9 out of Gastonia. And that's like 20 to 30 minutes outside of Charlotte, I guess whatever part of Charlotte you in or whatever. This about that distance from there. And like I said, I didn't see this storyline, but I'm gonna get into this write-up in just a second where it was actually a second officer that shot as well, and his wife, it says she's going to try to push forward for more investigation on it, but at this point they're not charged. Now, I couldn't put that full video right here because we are on YouTube, but when I saw this here, then hearing the second officer there, it's at the end of the day from afar, it's going to be on him. For the simple fact you pulled out a gun, whether it was fake or not. It's just the fact that it's fake. Later on, found out nobody else knows that, but you took it to another level in that situation right there, and you had a fake gun on you. But at the same time, it's one of these situations that's unfortunate for him because you're not knowing that this is an undercover officer in the store. So that's the realm in itself already where you could say, well, he kicked this whole situation off, no doubt about it. At the same time, dog was walking out of the store. So in my opinion, the cop did overreact because he was leaving. He was walking back towards the door. He was arguing with the guy. He did pull out the weapon right there. As y'all can see, he is arguing. He did make threats, but he is exiting the building right there. And he hadn't raised and pointed that gun before being shot. He then runs out, and you can see the officer run out after him and began to shoot more. He then turns around, the gun is already in his hand, but that cop had already unloaded on him multiple times beforehand, and the cop did not make himself known. I didn't hear him say, I'm a police officer, put the gun down, and nothing of the sort. But I don't know how the laws exactly work. When you pull a gun out, it's that, and then it's one of these situations right here that could have been avoided, needs to be avoided for you to make it home to your family. But that cop, let's keep it 1,000. If it happened in somebody else's situation, bro, they would charge you with some type of shooting over aggressiveness, a manslaughter, or something of the sort. We can keep it 100 on that. But it says this: detective fires at Manigault to protect himself, police say. A press release sent by police on May 11th said that Manigault was waving the apparent weapon and making threats. A detective inside the store discharged his weapon to protect himself and others in the store, the press release read. Manigault appeared to be exiting the store as the plainclothes detective fired at him. According to the video, Manigault could be seen holding what looked like a gun, but not appear to be waving it or pointing it at anyone at the time the first officer fired at him. The officer fired 3 shots at Manigault as he left the store. The video showed Manigault running and tripping into the parking lot as the first officer followed him out of the store. The officer then fired another 3 shots at Manigault as he appeared to be running away in the parking lot. The second detective fired shots outside the store, police say. A second detective was positioned outside the store and heard the gunshots, the press release read. The second detective could not be seen in the surveillance video provided by police on May 11th. Shortly after the first officer fired 6 shots and left the store, the officer can be heard yelling, "Drop it, get on the ground." Sometime around this moment, police freeze the surveillance footage and say Manigault pointed the apparent gun at the second detective. It was not immediately clear where the second officer was positioned outside the store. Based on the video, it sounded like 3 more shots were fired after that, and then another 2. Some of those shots were believed to have come from the second detective, not pictured on camera. The police department press release said the second detective discharged his weapon and that Manigault collapsed a short distance from the store. Now, in one clip, it does look like he's running right there, but I gotta keep it 1,000. He pulled out the gun, the fake gun, and they jumped the gun. The cop jumped the gun now, and it's one of them things when you pull out a gun, they don't know you a cop. In the store, you didn't make yourself known, and I don't know the exact laws of that, but you shouldn't pull out the gun for nothing. I don't even know about the open carry states or anything of that nature. Was it a threat? But to just start firing shots at him, that cop overreacted. Cop was nervous, cop was scared, or he just said, hey, I see a black dude that look like he active like that, he talking like that, he making threats, I'm finna get him up out of here. But you was just a bystander in the store. It didn't have nothing to do with you. Now you can say he was trying to protect the public, but you even see the older guy that he arguing with telling the dude, hey man, you good, just chill right there. We'll see what happened. They getting a deeper investigation into it. Unfortunate situation, but those cops did overreact on that as well. But dog also did go out there and play with a gun. Never play with a gun, bro, because it could cost your life. Don't be pulling no guns out if you ain't ready to use them. That's going to be automatically aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I don't know about in the Carolinas, but in Texas, they don't play with that at all. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.